Good morning. We are back on the floor. It is May 23rd and it is 7:02 in the morning, and I look really tired because I am really tired, but I have to be awake early because I have an audition today in the same city I work in. And last time I auditioned for these people was in 2019, and I didn't do super well. I did make a video about it. I had to go watch the video again to figure out what time I showed up so I could do that again, because last time I auditioned for them I was finished before 10 a.m. And that's the plan for today, is to try and see if I can at very least get in and out of this audition room before noon. Because it's a local theater audition, like a local season audition, it's professional theater, but it's the local audition day, whereas tomorrow is the New York audition day for that theater. I thought it was the second local audition day, but I was wrong. So I have to go today because I cannot go to New York tomorrow because I have work. But the fact that it's so close to my job helps because I can get up early in the morning, go sit in line, possibly get seen, and then go into work and not have a problem, which is not a privilege I normally have, because usually if I'm in New York for an audition, that's my whole day. That's my entire day. Whereas for a lot of people I'm usually waiting in the room with, it's part of their day. So it's kind of nice to be able to have a situation where this is part of my day. This isn't my whole day. I threw together like a little audition whatever thing last night. My big issue last time, also I'm very tight everywhere. My big issue last time was that I was overconfident and underprepared. This time I'm not as prepared as I'd like to be, but I had a very short turnaround time. So I'm trying to give myself grace on that. Luckily, I had my monologue class last night and I was able to get coached on one of the two monologues I'm supposed to bring in. And the coach really had very little to say to me, which is a good sign. Like, he really did not have any notes. We just kind of tried something, but it wasn't like something I needed to fix. It was just like playing around with it. So I have to do that. I have to refresh my memory on a second monologue. I have a song prepared because I am auditioning for a rock musical that is part of the season. My allergies are kicking my ass. I slept with my windows open. That was a poor idea, but it was really comfortable. So yeah, I have to have two monologues and a song. It's a little bit of a doozy. It's a lot. Usually when they ask for two monologues, they do not ask for both. I have found in my experience, do prepare two monologues, do not. But if maybe I'm a little less familiar with one and they only ask for one, I will pull out the one I know better. But yeah, that's my day. So the plan is to go downstairs, make some breakfast, like a good breakfast, put my lunch together, eat, then come back up here, put my outfit on, and get in the car and go. I'm gonna park at my job and I'm gonna walk to the theater. That way I don't have to pay for parking twice. Trying to give myself a little bit of like calm-ish. I'd love to go back to sleep. Although I wouldn't be awake by this point yet, but I know it's gonna be a little bit more crowded on the roads because I will be commuting with normal people who go into work for a 9 to 5 rather than me, which is a 12 to 5 or a 12 to 8 depending on the day. So we're trying to give ourselves grace. Regardless, I will be either after my audition if it happens really quickly, or if I have some time, I'm gonna get myself some Starbucks. Like, I'm gonna have breakfast here and coffee here, but because I'm gonna be eating so early, I'm definitely gonna need like a second breakfast. So that's me. That's me this morning. Okay, it is 7:29, almost 7:30. I have eggs and sourdough toast. However, I got through like 2 things of toast and half the eggs, and then my stomach kind of went like, maybe you should stop, because my body is very sensitive. And especially if I'm anxious, like sensitive to food. So like my body will make me think I'm gonna go get sick when I'm not. So we're just taking a breather. I still have a half an hour before I gotta like start like putting makeup on and stuff, which I'm not gonna hate because I really need to splash some cold water on my face because all I want to do is go back to bed. This would be my normal wake up time, 7:30. This is my normal wake up time, and that's usually enough time for me to like have a slow morning and go to work. Not today. I got up an hour and a half earlier than I normally do, which I hated. I hate it. I hate it so much. Very tired. Messing with my sleep can also cause migraines, so we're on alert for that. I was going over my other monologue and I have it on my phone. Like it's a screenshot from the ebook of the play. So I've been like reading through it, trying to see how much I remember. And like once I kind of like read it through a couple of times, I was like, oh, I remember this. The problem with like monologues for me, especially when I have to refresh my memory very quickly before an audition, if you have ADHD, we have great long-term memory. Like I can remember a lot from my past, like long past, but our short-term memory is shit. And that's like what I was running into yesterday because I was like, I gotta go over my monologue again. I hadn't had time and I knew I was gonna be presenting, and I was like running it maybe like an hour before I had to leave, and then I had dinner, and then I went back upstairs and I ran it, and then I'm in the car and I was listening to music, and then like halfway through my commute I was like, okay, what's the monologue again? And I tried to pull it back up in my brain and I could not remember the first line. I had to like look at the paper really quick and be like, what the hell is that first line? And then I was able to kind of get through the rest of it. However, like the first 4 lines, they repeat themselves with like slight differences, and I cannot remember what each different like description thing I have to say is. So right now what I'm trying to do is like, if we talk about ADHD, short-term memory, it's like a shelf, and it's a shelf with very limited space. So right now I'm trying to keep a audition cut of a song, a monologue that I'm still very new to, a monologue I haven't looked at in a while, good 2 months because this is from February 18th, on my shelf, also while trying to like keep track of like this different schedule I'm running on today and everything. So like sometimes like if you put too many things on the shelf, eventually something's gonna fall off. So I'm trying not to like have too many things I'm juggling. So here's the thing. I have headphones in, but I have to speak very quietly because my siblings' room parallels this bathroom and we have thin walls. But thing is, it is supposed to be 72 degrees today, except right now I am freezing. So I have jeans on. The plan was to wear a skirt, but I'm just not feeling it. And also I'm cold. As much as I'd love to wear my Taylor Swift merch, one, I don't want to wear it to an audition. Two, it's white. I don't want to get it dirty. So we're opting for Selena Gomez merch instead. The outfit I'm kind of trying to go for is like punk rock because it's like a punk rock musical. I feel like, however, it just doesn't feel edgy enough, but I also like don't have the clothes to be edgy, and I'm cold. So we're just gonna do some like cool makeup or whatever. I'm gonna put on some boots because that's what I feel best in. I also was taught in a class recently that when it comes to audition outfits, it should be something you feel comfortable in. If you can get like a uniform, that's always helpful. There's a gray dress that I actually bought after the bad audition I did for this theater that has sort of become my audition uniform. I've worn it for several because it's just, if I don't have a character in mind, it's a good neutral. In this case, we want to be a little grungier. So I have a thing in mind, but I just feel comfortable in jeans and boots. This is the makeup. I can already hear some kind of machinery going on outside, which must mean they started paving the roads, and I'm gonna have a bitch of a time getting out. Okay, so leaving a little later than I wanted to, like 10 minutes later, because the paving people decided to pave right in front of my house right when I had to leave, so I had to wait. There's a flagger person here dealing with that road. Okay, that's fine by me. I had to take 2 Excedrin before I left because the allergies are really bad and I'm kind of delirious. There's traffic on the highway already. Yay. Hopefully this doesn't affect anything. In 2019, so check-in's at 9:30. In 2019, I showed up at like 9. And was second in line. So I'm hoping that will bode well for me this time, because I was planning on just tacking on another half hour to that, just to be safe. Because it's been 3 years. It's also, I think, their first set of auditions since COVID, because the season they did this past year had the show I auditioned for 3 years ago, in 2019. So holdover time is done, and now we're into new season stuff. So I am hoping the audition process has not changed too much. That just reminded me I need a mask, but I do have one in my bag, so that's fine. Have my little drive. I do like my drive. It's very pretty. I get to see water on my way. Like, I live near this like lake that I get to see as I go by. So that's soothing to watch and look at in the morning. Really, dude, with trailer, did you have to pull out right in front of me? Right in front of me. That slowed me down. Are you turning right, or are you just pulling to the right? Okay. Just as I say, I love my drive, somebody does something stupid. Okay. I'm getting close to the highway, so I should probably shut up and possibly listen to my audition song. Okay. Made it. Traffic sucked getting in, because it just was like gridlock once I entered the city. So it's 9:15, check-in's at 9:30, so I'm not really here as early as I wanted to be. Let's hope this doesn't do anything. I am very, very anxious. I can feel it in my body. So hopefully the walk might get out some of that energy, but I am not at 100% right now. We're done. Hooray. I'm sweating. I was 4th in line, which was great. So it gave me just enough buffer time to kind of get myself in the headspace, get my head right. I told them that I worked at the theater nearby, just like conversationally, and the monitor told the guy behind the table that. So he was like, it's just nice to know that I'm connected, you know? I'm so sleepy. It is 10:31. I don't really have to be at work until 11:30ish. I may take a nap in the car because I'm so sleepy. I took allergy stuff to try and quell whatever's going on here. I'm taking took my meds, which I feel like are hitting right now, so I'm getting drowsy. And I had to take, even though I took 2 Excedrin before I left, when I was in the Starbucks, because I got Starbucks after, I took a Ubrelvy just to be safe, because I did feel a migraine coming on. So hopefully that will dissipate. I just want to make sure I wake up with enough time to go to work at a good time. I did see 2 people who work at my job walking to the theater as well, including our creative director. And I was like, oh, hey, all of you, see you at the theater, I guess, because we're in tech week right now. But I'm so tired. I may take a nap, just like set a timer on my watch for a certain amount of time and just doze for a bit. But, oh, audition-wise, went super well. My song went great. My monologue went fantastic. I felt really
like I feel like I could have been more dropped in. Like I feel like I always did it better in class, but that's true for anything. But the guy behind the counter said like the guy behind the table said like, oh yeah, really authentic, really good work. And I was like, yeah, everybody was super nice, super chill. Still very hot in that theater. We had to walk up 3 flights of stairs. I thought I was gonna be able to use the elevator this time. Nope, they're like, elevator's old, use stairs. 3 flights of stairs to go to the 3rd floor. And I had a mask on because they said wear masks, but no one else was wearing them. So I ended up getting really winded and having to take it off. I'm going to nap until like 11:22, not like a full hour. Just like basically wake up at the normal time I arrive here. Okay, I know it looks like nothing has happened, but it is 11:17. I just slept for like 30 minutes, just like reclined my chair and passed out for a little bit. Just popped in a little podcast because this garage tends to echo whatever traffic noise goes on outside, so I just popped in my headphones and listened to a podcast I had downloaded because there's no service down here. And now I'm gonna figure out how to get into the building to get there with a decent amount of time. Also, I really have to go to the bathroom, and since it's tech week, I think there's gonna be people inside, so someone might be able to let me in. But yeah, I still feel a little fuzzy. I think it's the allergies and stuff, but maybe once it feels like I've lived a whole day already, and now I have to go do a full day of work. So I'm just like a little off. It's just like, I'm just telling myself it's like one day, and then I get to go home at a normal time. I had a good audition this morning. We started off at a good place. Hopefully work is not crazy today. I do feel a little better now that I've slept, even if I am still kind of getting back out in the sunlight will certainly help because this lighting is not doing me any favors. So yeah, I'm gonna go up, see what I can see. I will do a final wrap up when I finish work and go home.
Hello, it is the next day. It is Wednesday, the 24th. Everything went super well yesterday. I know I talked a little bit about it in the car, but yeah, everything went really, really well. Basically, yeah, went in 4th. Only had to do my song and my monologue. The guy behind the table, I think he was the creative director, if I'm correct, because I looked him up later. Really liked what I did, and I'm hoping it leads to a callback, because that's been kind of the trend lately, and I'm really, really, really pleased with it. And then work was super slow, which was great. So I just got to chill the rest of the day, especially because my allergies were still like really kicking my ass. Today I feel much better because I get to wake up at normal time, and I had the windows closed this time, so no pollen in my room. But yeah, I'm feeling really, really good about it. I wanted to wrap this up here because I wanted to edit this at work today. But yeah, thank you for coming along. This was incredibly successful. I'm sorry there wasn't a lot of B-roll. I just really wasn't in a position to film a lot because I was driving and walking around trying to find the theater, and it was just, there's a lot going on, so I was like, didn't feel super comfortable taking out a camera to film. I think that's great. I met some nice people. The waiting situation was a lot nicer than last time. Like last time I was like waiting in this hallway with some chairs, and now they have like a really nice couch like off to the side, and we all kind of get to like spread out a bit. Everybody went in and out really quickly, and yeah, I feel really good. The New York auditions are today, so I don't know what they're gonna be seeing there. But yeah, so I have this audition, and then, or I had to this audition. But I have this audition, and then I have just like a local theater audition, like a community theater audition, in a couple of weeks that I'm really excited for. So, and I've worked with that theater company before, and I like them, and they like me, so I'm really, really excited. And it's close by my house, so that's nice. Not a crazy ass commute. And I can just go to the audition after work, which is great. I had to remember to take the time off because we're headed into show season, and I remembered, oh, they're not going to schedule me to 5 anymore. They're going to schedule me way past 6, which is when the auditions start, so I just needed to take like a few hours off next week, or 2 weeks from now. 3 weeks. I don't know. But yeah, thank you for coming along with me. I'll see you in the next one.